Good morning, class. Good morning, class. We're going to continue our study of railroads today with a very special activity. I've prepared a lot of display material for us to talk about. You may have noticed the bulletin boards, which will probably give you some ideas since we're going to play characters living 100 years ago.
Good morning, Mrs. Bowman. Are you ready?
I was, just testing it.
Oh, yes, the equipment. Well, listen, don't worry about the equipment. Just think of it as a television set at home. You just pull out the button and it'll go on. But listen, I don't have to worry about that. I've seen you do this once before.
I know, but that was for myself, Mr. Dodson.
Oh, you're worried about the staff meeting. Well, listen, they may nitpick a little, but in the end, the colleagues will be very supportive.
I hope so.
Good luck, Trudy.
Oh, thanks. I really need it.
Listen, Mrs. Bowman, this is not a trial. Just think of it as an opportunity to look at yourself.
I know. To look at myself as a teacher, so I know how to improve, right?
Right. Okay, now relax and be yourself. Remember, I chose you to go first because I think you're a really good teacher. Good luck.
Good morning, Miss Bowman.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Bowman.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Robert. Good morning.
Hey, look. Hey, it's a TV camera.
Good morning. All right, sit down, please. I'll explain the camera. The video camera is part of a program that Principal Dodson has begun at school this year.
What? Somebody making a movie at our school?
No, the camera is here to tape me teaching American history. Now, forget it's here, just act naturally. In fact, last semester's class that I taped got used to it in a few minutes.
As you know, teachers are being called on today to grow and change.
Okay, take out your homework papers for today. The essays on what the Western railroads meant to people in the 1870s.
I couldn't do the homework assignment. You didn't say what people you meant.
Oh, really, Robert?
Well, the railroad would mean different things to people living in the city or in the country. Hey, you didn't even say if you meant east or west.
Yeah, I had trouble, too.
Robert, you know we're studying Western railroads.
But I had trouble telling what to write.
Yeah, it wasn't very
Too much
clear.
information.
Professional growth begins with a good, clear look at the way you teach.
How many of you did not finish your essays? Well, your grades will be reduced 1 point for each day that your papers are late.
That's not fair.
Well, you should have done the best you could with the information that you
How
had.
come? You've never done that before.
Well, get your essays in as fast as you can, and I'll give you till tomorrow without a drop in your grades. Now, we'll take 5 minutes now for you to make a list of 6 ways you think the settlers were affected by the railroads in 1870 in Little Fork, Montana. Now, try to imagine
Montana. My sister lives there.
remote
We
area,
visited her last summer.
isolated. Now, as you develop your ideas.
Nobody is planting one of those in my room if I have anything to say about it. I mean, if you make a mistake, it's there for everybody to see forever and ever. I mean, thanks. Trudy, having people in to observe you is bad enough. But the VTR, well, it's like a robot.
Oh, but that's the point, Marjorie.
What's the point?
Like Dodson says. The VTR has no opinion, Mrs. Bowman.
That's Dodson.
Yeah, well, people watching at staff meetings will have opinions.
Oh, now, but surely teachers will support each other.
You want to make a bet?
I don't know. Dodson says that at the last school he taught, they used it all the time, and people seem to stay friendly, so...
Who knows, Trudy? Maybe we'll all love it. Anyway, it will certainly perk up staff meetings.
Yes.
Ow! Cut it out, Robert.
What out?
You just hit me with
I
the
didn't
rubber
do
band.
anything.
I could feel
Would you
it.
shut up?
No, you are so
I didn't do
immature.
anything. You're going to get me in trouble for anything.
You just so immature. You did too.
You liar.
I am
Robert.
not.
Come with me, please.
Get him, Robert.
Now, Robert, I am sorry about the unclear assignment. And I can see you're annoyed with it. But I will not allow you to disrupt this class. Now, you go sit down.
So why'd you agree to do the second taping? You told me it was optional.
Leave me alone, Jim.
It's 1 o'clock, Trudy. Who are you trying to impress anyway? The other teachers know you can cut and paste.
Go to bed, Jim.
What needs cutting? You said you liked the first tape when you looked at it.
Well, that was for me to criticize.
Do you think it's a bad idea to have the whole social science staff criticize it?
Well, here I think it's a good idea.
Everybody's finished, Mrs. Bowman.
Okay, good. Who were you when you made out your list? Anyone?
I know. I was the man from the railroad company, supposed to talk everybody into wanting the railroads.
Very good. Okay, who else might be in the town? Come on now. Let's say it's evening and Norman is the railroad man and he's talking to all of you townspeople from the small porch of the hotel. Who might agree with him? Okay, who's going to argue with him about the railroad coming through Little Fork?
Oh, I do. I know somebody.
Valerie, who are you?
I'm the man who made lots of money by selling my land to the railroad company.
Yeah. She probably made secret deals and skinned all her friends.
Robert, you got one?
No.
Oh, Donald, who are you?
I'm the sheriff. I gotta keep peace.
Sophie?
Well, I'm a lady who knows about a different town that got ruined by the railroad because
Save the reasons. Then we'll get back to you.
Spoken, I have one. I'm a cattleman. I want to take his cattle to market.
Yeah, and I'm a kid waiting for a president from Chicago.
Now you're getting the idea. Think about, business. Health, food, education.
I don't know if I'm for it.
Well, that's fine. Just wait till you hear the argument.
Sick people to the hospitals faster.
Yeah, and you bring doctors to the town, too. They all made their own clothes. You could bring in lots of stuff and open up stores and sell materials.
Being absurd is always risky, but if you're good...
Hey, wait a minute. My sister lives near Little Fork, Montana. There's no trains in there. You have to take a bus in about 40 miles.
Really? I didn't know that.
You mean you didn't even check to see if the town you picked had trains? Oh, my God.
Oh, what difference does it make? It's the idea Miss Bowman wants us to get.
Well, the town
Good. Norman, why don't you come up here, stand on the hotel porch. Sophie, you come up and get ready to argue with Norman. Now, everybody, if you know who you are, come on up now. Okay? Now, the rest of you, come up as soon as you decide on a character. Okay? Till then, you're the crowd.
The train's the greatest thing that ever happened in this town, folks.
No.
You'll be glad you got it.
Yeah.
You'll wonder what you ever did without it. And you, cattleman, trains will get your cows off the range and on the dinner plates in New York City faster than you can rope a cow. You little man, you won't just get one present from Chicago, but you'll get presents from all over, from New York City and Washington, D.C. What do you say? What do you say? What about all the sin? Wait a minute. What about all the sin that the railroad's going to bring? Are you serious? No. Look what happened to Willow Gap. That's a town just like ours, and they allowed the railroad to come into their town. And look what happened. Robbers came and they robbed the trains, and strangers that came. I can't even talk about that. A town's got to decide if it wants to grow big and prosperous. Or stay back, hidden behind these mountains, cut off from the rest of the country. You've got to take a chance.
Hey, wait a minute. I came to this town to find a quiet, decent place to live. And I ain't letting no railroad bums come nosing into Runa for me. No way.
Dude, don't take it.
You just get yourself out before I run you.
Trudy, would you do something?
Mrs. Bowman, I'm very disappointed.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Now freeze! All of you, right where you are. Now don't anybody move a muscle unless I say so. Donald, you're also the sheriff. Do something.
Me?
You're under arrest for breaching of the peace.
You did a nice job on those characters. I really like that. Oh, don't forget your essays tomorrow.
Can we get the session underway, please?
Insist.
Thank you. I'm delighted that we can begin this social science seminar with an observation and a discussion of a videotape that Mrs. Bowman did in her American history class this morning. Now, Mrs. Bowman, as our first volunteer, maybe you'd like to say something to the staff. No? Okay.
All right, sit down, please. I'll explain the camera. The video camera is part of a program that Principal Dodson has begun at school this year.
What? Somebody making a movie at our school?
No, the camera is here to tape me teaching American history.